హలో సార్.
ఎస్
సార్ అది ఇమ్రాన్తో మాట్లాడాను. వాళ్ళు 5 to 10 minutes జాయిన్ అవుతా ఉన్నారు.
5 to 10 minutes.
అది యాక్చువల్లీ సార్ మీకు ఈరోజు నేను పంపించిన లింక్ మీరు వచ్చింది, మీ మెయిల్కి మీకు వచ్చింది కదా, అది పంపించింది ఇన్విటేషన్
వచ్చింది.
మరి తనేం రాలేదంటాడు ఇమ్రాన్. నేను యాక్చువల్లీ మీకును సారథి గారికి ఇమ్రాన్ ముగ్గురికి కలిపి పంపించా బీసీసీలో పెట్టి.
ఓకే.
తనేమంటానంటే హరీష్ నాకు మెయిల్ రాలేదంటాడు. అదేమంటే చూడండి చెక్ చేయండి ప్రాపర్ గా, మీకు సారథి గారికి హరినాథ్ సార్కి ముగ్గురికి పంపించానని చెప్పా.
నాకు వచ్చిందండి, అదే కదా కనెక్ట్ అయ్యింది.
అదే సార్, నేను అదే అన్నా. సార్ కూడా పంపించానండి, సార్ కూడా లాగిన్ అయ్యారని చెప్తే ఏమో హరీష్ నాకైతే లింక్ రాలేదు అది అన్నాడు ఆయన. సరే స్పామ్ లో చెక్ చేయమని చెప్పా. స్పామ్ లో కూడా లేదన్నాడు. మరి ఏదో తను ఇప్పుడు పంపించాను సార్, తను జాయిన్ అవుతా అన్నాడు.
ఓకే.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Hi, now I'm starting. Are you able to hear me? My voice? Or else any break? Okay, good. Today we will see few concepts like before Eclipse development we left with few concepts. Those are today we will see before the developing the things through Eclipse we will see few concepts which we left in CQ. Very important concepts. Those are first one, Sling script resolution. Very important concept. Workflows in CQ. Launchers. Search component. Can you guys please mention apart from Eclipse integration? I know that we'll see next session that rest of the concepts which we left we need to see those important things. Yeah, apart from search component we discussed a few things I think yesterday. Can I know that? Actually I forgot. Hello please. Search component and rest. Yes, absolutely. Versioning. Next, likewise, just remind me. Next, versioning of a page. Next, Sling resource. Yeah, this is the first one is that only Sling script resolution or else Sling script or else Sling resource resolution. Next, debug in Eclipse. Yes, I will tell. Don't worry that. Debug in Eclipse, I will tell. Firebase. I will show you Firebase where it sits. Firebase. Next, any ideas? Anything which is left? Yeah, that we will do in adding debug parameters. That we will do in when we work with Eclipse. Okay, that is rest. In next session we will see. Yes, tagging. As we're in the reminder, tagging. Yes, tagging. Good. And next. Yeah, these are all the concepts we need to see today. Okay, I'll complete all these components, but it may extend the session. Please stretch yourself. And anyway, we will have at least 5 to 10 minutes break in between after 1 hour. But stretch yourself. That definitely today will be long session. First one is Sling script resolution. What is Sling script resolution? Let's see first. Let me check whether my server is up and running properly. Yes, it is up and running. Localhost check purpose.html. Is it working? This is completely a new laptop. I have setted the things. That's the reason I'm cross-checking whether our system is working or not. Yes, our entire application is working. These are the things child pages we created. Okay. Okay. Now, localhost Sling script resolution. I'm going to explain you people. First, what is Sling resolution? First my question is, apart from that, what is Sling resolution, resource resolution, or a Sling script resolution? That is, let's say you are trying to access this page. You are trying to access this page. But how CQ knows? There is no .html in CRHD. Up to here only it is there. How CQ knows from this content page you are trying to access this node, this purpose node. But how CQ knows when tries to executing, how CQ is identifying your component and how CQ is able to execute the corresponding script files if more than one script file is there. How CQ picks? Already we had a question about this. For example, yeah, when you access this page as an end user, when you try to access this page, first CQ tries to mounts. As I said, Sling is a REST framework. REST considers everything on the server as a resource. Representational state transfer. So when you access anything through REST service calls, REST considers everything is a resource on the server side. Here also Sling considers /content/purpose as a resource on the server. When it identified the resource on the server with a particular path, that is /content/purpose is it the spelling? It has identified. When it identified the things under the content node, then how CQ knows which script or else which component or else which page template to be rendered? How CQ knows? It goes to the JCR:content. This we call it as a resoluting a script. I am resoluting, see, Sling script resolution. Script in the sense JSP script. How Sling identifies particular script to be executed, or else how Sling resolutes particular script to be executed. This is what we are going to see. So it goes to the JCR:content node. Under that it identifies the properties under which it will try to identify Sling::resource type. Yes, it found some Sling::resource type. And go to that resource type. So it is the component, page rendering component that needs to be executed when the execution happens for this page. It is identified. Fine. It is identified the node. Then which JSP file to be executed? That is the main question. Which JSP file must be executed? Here you are having a JSP script file, that is purpose homepage.jsp. This is with the same name as your component name. So as it is available, it starts executing this file. As and when it starts executing, if any inclusion of there in that JSP file, it will try to include it. It will try to execute all the included files. Okay, fine. Up to here is fine. Then what is link script resolution? If more than one script file are there, then which file link gives the priority? To which file a Sling gives the priority? This is what we call it as a Sling script resolution. There are the priorities Sling gives. First, write down selector dot extension dot JSP. Second priority. This priority I will ask tomorrow. Third priority. Fourth priority. Fifth priority. Sixth priority. Here selectors are coming into the picture. What is the selector? Yes, we will see this priority and selector. So don't get confused. At the end of the session only, at the end of the completion of the script resolution explanation, then only you will come to understand. What is selector? Yes. This URL we are accessing a resource without a selectors. Selectors in the sense test. Test is a selector here. Selector can be considered as between two dots, before the extension and after the node name. That will be considered as a selector. Okay, that is considered as a selector. Are you getting what I am explaining? I'll explain you why selectors first. Later, I'll explain later what is the advantage of selectors. When do we go for selectors? Later. First, practically see how we are introducing selectors in the URL access. This we call it as a selector. But still, even though this node is not there, but still we are getting output, right? See, is there any node with a purpose.test? No, right? Only purpose is there. But still, without any error, you are getting the HTML. If you remove this, also you are getting same output. Then what is the main by selector here? What is the introductory part for the selector? Test dot some sample dot. Still I am getting. What is this? What is this magic CQ is doing in the backend? This is what the script resolution comes into the picture. If selectors are there, the resolution of the script execution happens in one manner. If selector is not there, the resolution of the script happens in another manner. The execution of the script depends on the execution or selection of a script depends on provided selectors. The scenarios are the first one is with selectors, without selectors. Selector. The second scenario is with selectors. The execution or selection of a script. Which selection? The selection of a script under the component, that is selection of a JSP file under the component, depends on provided selectors. Depends on provided selectors. Here, the selector is nothing but the thing which is in between, before the extension, after the node name, or else resource name, or else page name. That will be considered as a selector. Ready? Without selector. This is a scenario without selector. Perfect. You are on home.html. Now we'll see how CQ is picking without selector. In our rules, in our these 6 rules, I don't have selector. Correct? So first rule is skipped. No selector, right? Second rule is skipped. And third rule, extension.jsp. What is the extension here? Can someone tell what is the extension here? Perfect. html.jsp. It will look for html.jsp. Is there html.jsp under this purpose homepage component? Is it there? Is it there html.jsp? Can you show me where it is? I am able to see only footer.jsp, header.jsp and purpose homepage.jsp. I am not able to find selector.jsp, the extension.jsp. So CQ gives the fourth preference. What is node name.jsp? That is component name.jsp. Is there a thing with the component name.jsp? Is there a script? Yes. So what it will execute? It will execute this one. So that's the reason you are getting this output. Fourth rule is getting executed. So I want to override the fourth rule. Means I want to introduce extension.jsp. Let's see, as and when I introduce extension.jsp, that is html.jsp. Let's see what will be the output. I am giving some simple message. Now can someone tell what will be the output here by seeing these rules? I am going to access this page. So by understanding these 6 rules, can someone tell what will be the output? Will I get this output on refresh of this page? Same banners and eBay, this header.jsp, or else any other output? Which output I will get? Are you sure? Just observe the rules, 6 rules. First, as I said, the execution depends on this way. First, execution of the script depends on the provided selectors. First scenario is without selectors. Are there any selectors? No. Without selectors. So, first rule will be skipped by the Sling engine because no selectors. Second rule also will be skipped by the Sling engine. What is the third rule? Extension.jsp. That is, what is extension? HTML. Is there HTML.jsp? Yes, it is there. Let's see, will CQ Sling engine executes HTML.jsp or purpose homepage.jsp? I am refreshing it. This is what. You got it, I think. You got it, right? Now still I want to override the third rule with the second rule. Okay? The third rule with the second rule I want to override. Let's see how I will be going to override. I want to place a selector here, sample.jsp. Sample. I am placing one selector, sample. Don't ask what is the use of selectors. I'll explain you surely after 10 to 15 minutes. I'll explain. First, let's see selectors this. Can someone guess what will be the output? Sample. Now purpose.sample.html. Can someone guess what will be the output? As and when I introduce sample.html. From these rules, can someone guess what will be the output? I introduce selector. Yes, first rule will be executed. That is selector.extension.jsp. That sense, it will try to identify in our scenario. That is, what is selector here? Sample dot. What is extension? HTML. Sorry. HTML.jsp. Is there? Our rule is first without selectors, but we have selectors. So with selectors. Come to the first rule. Selector.extension.jsp. What is selector? Sample.html.jsp. Is there a JSP script file with the name sample.html.jsp? Is there? No. So go to the second rule. Now selector.jsp. Is there any sample.jsp file with the selector name that is sample? No. And next rule, extension.jsp. Yes, html.jsp. So even you introduce sample selector, you will get still the same output. See. Same output you are getting. Now create a file with a selector. Means what I am doing is just I am overriding the third rule with the second rule. Selector.jsp. That is sample.jsp. Okay. Copy the script. Paste it in sample.jsp. Just change it to sample.jsp. Now save it. Now I am refreshing. What will be the output? Can someone guess? With the 6 rules. Let's see. This is what the output I got. No, we cannot change. CQ provided. CQ defined those rules. Sling defined those rules. This is what the hierarchy will get executed. I want to override even the second rule. Yes, that scenario we will see. That scenario we will see. If nothing is found, it won't display any error. It will display empty file. That is the 6th scenario. I'll explain that also. Just hold on. Yes. Now I want to override even the second rule. What I'll be going to do is, I'm creating one more file, that is sample.html.jsp. sample.html.jsp. Now see the output, refresh it. See, I have overridden the second rule also. If selectors are there, selectors will be given priority. If selectors not there, extensions will be given priority. If still extension corresponding script file is not there, so with a component name, that is node_name.jsp, will get executed. We have seen 4 rules. Now come to the 5th rule. To make 5th rule successfully working, just delete all your files. The sample.jsp, delete. Yes. Sample.html.jsp, delete. html.jsp, delete. Even you need to remove your node_name.jsp. Instead of removing, I am renaming. I am renaming with some, by adding some text. Just done. Now save it. Now if we come to our rules, 4th rule also, there is no possible to get executed 4th rule successfully because there is no JSP file with a node name, that is purpose homepage. If even node_name.jsp is not there, it will try to identify get.jsp. Is there get.jsp? It is not there. What it will do? It will display the empty results. It will not throw any error to you. Empty. CQ takes care about that and it displays empty page. Now introduce get.jsp. If still get.jsp is not there, then only will get empty, just now as we have seen. Now I am removing this test. refresh it. You have a JSP or a script file with your node name. Now I'm going to refresh this page. Can someone tell what will be the output? Sure? What are the answers you picked? Home page. Let's see. Perfect. Hope you understood the script resolution process. This is how the Selenium resolutes a particular node. This is very important question. Even if you are experienced guy, this question will be asked multiple times. In every interview they will mention this question. This is basic, right? You are getting output for this purpose.html, but how it is possible? How CQ rendering the output for it? This is how they'll ask. That time you have to analyze and explore how it is happening. Go to JCR content, identify link resource type, and go to particular component. If particular component is having more than one script, and even there is a provision that selectors are there, then how the particular script will get executed? What will be the output? These are the scenarios. Best example is, let me explain you. When do we go for selectors? You have person details component like you have one component that is person details component. Okay, so under person details component, this component you are including in some other component. Display person. Display person will get executed based on the user. Based on a specific user, it displays with respect to that person. It displays the data with respect to that person. Assume that person details component is developed for displaying or else is getting executed for 3 different kinds of persons, like student is one person, employee is one person, this is private employee, and another one is, third one is I can't go for developing 3 components for this, right? What I will do is, here under this component only, under person details component only, student.jsp I will develop, and next SP. While executing this display person component, based on the user, based on the type of the user, I'll include particular script based on a selector. If student is accessing, I will try to include person details component with how? By providing student as a selector. If here in this component I will write if selector double equals to pseudocode I am writing for your understanding real time when we go for this selectors. Selected. Which script needs to be executed? The component, how it should get executed? Which script needs to be executed? Student JSP. This is not exact code, just giving you overview, logical difference when we go for this. Include person details components based on student.jsp. In this kind of scenarios, we go for selectors. If you provide sample, means sample.jsp is getting executed. If you provide something else, test. So test.script is there if that is test.script is there, for example. I am placing here sample.jsp. When the component is same, if you provide different selectors, with the different selectors, if there are different script files, no selector, so you are getting same output. Sample selector. If sample selector is there, it will render particular to that sample script file. If test is there, it will execute. For example, test 1, 2, 3, some XXX I am placing. If it is not there, it go with rules. It will go with this kind of rules. This how Sling script resolution works. Hope you got how Sling script resolution working. Understood? Any question? These are the basic rules, you need to write it down, and this is very important. This text. Workflows in CQ. Very, very, very important concept, workflows. What is a workflow basically? Can someone explain what is workflow? Is there someone who can explain workflow? Workflow. Simple, right? Perfect. It's correct only. Certain steps to perform certain action. That's it. Sorry. Our CQ also does the same thing. Our CQ also does the same thing. It performs sequence of tasks to achieve some activity. Okay. Sound is cutting. Now, are you clear? Are you able to hear me clearly? Good. That's what the workflow simply. Sequence of steps. Anyway, we have mathematics. In mathematics also, we have workflows like flow diagrams concept. CQ also having same concept, workflows. Like the workflow looks like a flow diagram itself. Go to the workflow console to see available workflows, where you can get the workflows. In this location, go to this workflows. This is the workflows. Just click on that. You will be navigated to the workflows console. This is the workflows console. These are all the available inbuilt out of the box workflows which are available from CQ. If you want to develop any new workflow, you can develop it. Before going to develop some workflow, just analyze how the inbuilt workflows which are available and how they develop. This is one workflow. If you want to see any workflow, just select the workflow, double click it. Double click. So when you double click, which in turn it opens in a new console or else new window. If you observe, whichever the workflow if you develop, it will sit under etc workflow models. This is damn specific, but under models it will set. Hope you got it. Where the workflows, whichever you created, will set. These are all the steps. If you go to edit mode, these are all the steps. Flow start. This is one process step. See, on mouse over I am getting message process to download DAM assets. Sends an email based on an email template. This is also process step. Here if you want more steps, this is the parses. You can include your own custom steps if you want. To develop workflows, if you want to develop a workflow, there are certain steps. There are steps. There are steps to achieve each task. What is each task here? This is one task. One task. By combining all these tasks, you will perform an activity. This is each task. Each step is mentioned with a task. If you right click and edit, you will get to know what is that. Here title, description, arguments. If you have any arguments, you can process it. This right click, edit, arguments. If you have, you can. This is your interest. This is how the workflows available in CQ. Okay. Hope you got it. Now I am going to create my custom workflow. New. See, to create some workflow, when you first landed to the workflows console, you have to go to the models tab. You can ask, what is this? Instances, archives, launches, failures. Model is nothing but a location where you can create a new workflow. Instances are nothing but as and when you create a workflow, and if you apply for a certain activity, if it is in running status, it will sit inside the instances tab. Instances tab will display you the all running workflows in the system, in CQ system archive. Means which are completed successfully will be archived for further reference. Launchers. This we will see later. This concept we have in our agenda. Failures. The workflows which have failed will sit under this system. In our CQ technology stack, where all these WCM workflows are sitting, in which layer? Can someone guess? Can someone guess? This is the location. This is the layer. All your workflows, WCM, CQ widgets, dialogues, components, everything will sit. This is the location where your Sling framework, just now we have discussed how Sling resolves a script. All the script, whichever things which are stored, content, components, everything will sit in repository. These all the things are operated by OAJ bundles in the backend. Where the OAJ bundles will sit? Yes, these are reminding you. I'm reminding, I'm not sure whether you remembered or not the things. These are the bundles, all inbuilt bundles which support to run the CQ. If you want to know workflows, workflow supported bundles, where all workflow supported bundles will be there. These are all the workflow bundles. This is the workflow API bundle, core API bundle. These bundles helps to develop, to run, to execute the workflows. This is the exact CQ structure, boss. You need to remember. If you want very deep, the CQ5 layer, top layer, again is divided into different blocks. This is the one. On top of Sling, widgets, components, CQ WCM like websites, DAM, everything, CQ workflow engine. You observe microly, keenly, so you will get that. The CQ5 layer, if you observe deeply, these all the things sits in CQ5 layer. Just reminding you people, that's it. Whether you remembered or not sure. This is the failure tab contains all the failure workflows. We are going to create new workflow under models tab. Click on a new. Custom hyphen page or else content hyphen activation, that is title. Sorry, the same name also same I am giving. Click OK. Created it. Check where is your workflow which you created recently. Now custom. So it is not there in the first page. Go to the second page. Now check here. This is your workflow. Custom content activation. Just you have basically created the workflow, but you have not defined it completely. So to define it, double click that workflow, which will open in a new browser tab. Here you need to define it. See. I haven't defined anything. So I want to delete which is provided by default. I have deleted it. I want to introduce one new step, that is process step. We have steps in workflow which needs to be included. Steps are nothing but one is process step. Majorly, I'm telling. Participant step. Process step is activity step. Participant step is nothing but user step, user intervention. First, I would like to use process step. So from WCM workflow, from the workflow group, select the process step. This is the process step. Select it. I selected it. Now edit your process step. Title. What the title you are planning to give? Custom content activation. This is custom content activation workflow process. This is major and very important. You need to select your process. That is nothing but you need to select the actual executional point. This is very deep concepts. Please observe what I'm doing. Activate page. I'm selecting. Activate page is nothing but in the backend it is implemented as a Java class. Okay? It is implemented as a Java class. What it does is whenever you activate something, it gets particular replicator and it activates the content from the author server to the publish server. This all the code has been written inside a Java class and the Java class has been provided as a process step for us. I am using that Java class here. I don't want to provide any arguments. Click OK. As and when you completed all the things, click on save button. You have to save it. Now you created some sample workflow. I want to send the content through this workflow. First, before doing all these activities, first make your server up, that is publish server. To activate the things, you need to start the publish server, right? Publish server. For starting the server in publish mode, what I need to do? Perfect. Sorry. Unexpectedly I clicked it. Yes, it has thrown error because already port is used. Let me delete. Port, I'm changing it to 4503. Mode is publish. We will start when we go with Eclipse development. That we will start CQ server in debug mode. Both we will do console, from the console, debug mode, debug parameters also. Started the server. Let it start. Now we will discuss the things. I have created a workflow. What this workflow will do basically? So when the flow starts, when you apply a workflow, It will start from here, flow start, and it will come to this participant step. Sorry, this process step. This process step is nothing but backend Java class. Okay? This backend Java class will do all the stuff, that is moving content from author to the publish server. If you are very much interested, if you want to see that backend Java class, meanwhile the server started, I will show you that. Just give me some time. First, let me download. These are all things is not required for the CQ session, but for your deep knowledge, I want to show you. I would like to show you this workflow. The scenario is, the concern is that if you want to know that what this class contains, this com.day.cq.wcm.workflow.process.activate page process. So if you want that, this is WCM API, workflow API. Hope this will contain process workflow.process package, work.process. This is not, I think. This is the bundle which supports development. I'm trying to find the bundle which supports workflow development. Just copy this JCR install paths. Workflow implementation. I'm trying to identify the particular bundle. Okay. Now create a package for these paths and download the bundles from CQ server. Where you create the bundles? Where you create a packages? Go to package manager. Wait, my system is down because two CQ servers got started. Now create the package here. edit, edit, go to filters, check, workflows. I'm not sure which bundle exactly, so I'm downloading few bundles. We will check in which bundle it is. Workflow. This is one more location. If you want to download any out of the bundles, just go to Felix console, select that and go to bundle location and copy this path JCR install. Definitely each bundle must be installed inside a JCR, right, repository. So copy this path, create the package through the package manager, build it and download it. Download it. Yeah, I opened. Just extract it. Let me close my Eclipse. It is too slow system. Yes, it has extracted. Go to JCR root, libs, WCM, workflow, install. Here you have two bundles, OAJ bundles. I told you OAJ bundle is nothing but a jar file with extra information, that is manifest.mf. Now decompile it through decompiler, which I downloaded just now. I hope you are aware about decompiler. If you have a class files, you can see the code of the class files using decompiler. My publish server is still running. Let it run. Of course, kind of. I am doing the same stuff. Kind of reverse engineering in software engineering concept. Good. Good grasping. I'm trying to open decompiler. Never heard. You will learn when you enter into the industry. Everything we need to learn. Decompiler. Where is decompiler running? It's taking a lot of time because my system is slow. Sorry guys. Yes, decompiler is up. Now open your jar file. I guess nowhere you will get this kind of stuff. Definitely, I can assure you that. Now paste your path where your jar files are there. Go to your WCM API, double click it, automatically it will extract all the files. This is not our activate page process class. Now go with other jar file. Workflow, yes, process we have. See, WCM workflow. If you come here, what is your path? com.day.cq.wcm workflow.process.activate page process. See, process.activate page process. See, with this label only we got right there. Process.label is activate page. If I have time, lot of things I can show, but in sessions we won't have much time. But still I'm trying to show you people. Edit. Sorry, even browser is down. Let me close the things in browser also. Yeah, here in drop down, how you are getting that activate page label? That label you are getting because CQ people developed and provided the value as activate page process. What this activate page process is doing? It is extending the replicate page process. In this replicate page process, you have a lot of stuff. As I said, it will get the replicator object. What is this replicator object? You have to guess immediately. What is that replicator object? I am navigating to miscellaneous admin. Just hold on guys, my system is somehow slow, but concepts are really good. Listen to them properly. Now I am showing you people that this replicator. What is this replicator? The replicator is nothing but which we configure here. Default agent. Got it? This will be taken or else this will be given as object in CQ when you develop a code. If you still want to explore this much, go to this class. No, how come those are generated? These are inbuilt. I am using those inbuilt workflows, Java classes. Just showing you the code base. Showing you the code base. I am showing you how this activate page process will work. As and when you get replicate object, you call the replicate dot replicate content. If you want, you can explore, guys. You people can explore a lot of things. Backend code. Just shown you the practically how things will work. We have selected activate page. Check this and save it. So this is how I created my custom workflow. Perfect, Nikandra, you are absolutely correct. But if I include this process step in my custom workflow, how you will come to know that how CQ will activate content from author to the publish server? This is the code. First, let me explain the workflow. I created the custom workflow. My publish server is up and running. Sign in into the publish server. admin, admin, logged in. Okay, I'm saving the password. Go to some page in author, go to some page, some geometrics page. You can work with our site also, but I'm going to the geometrics page. Go to geometrics demo site, English, toolbar, contacts. The same page, please open and publish also. Sometimes you will not get sidekick. It's a bit hectic with CQ. As of now, I didn't get sidekick if you observe in author. That time go to the Firefox, some other browser. Yeah, you got the sidekick, right? This is author server. Same like open your publish server in Firefox only. I'm going to apply this workflow, whichever I developed just now. See, the both pages are similar. Now I change the content of this site. I'm adding some USA stuff. Edit it. See, the author is having edited content, but here no USA, right? The thing is, Wait, it's loading. Why it is this much delay? Sorry. CPU server is sleeping or what? Yeah, this is the modified content. So I'm applying the workflow on author server, which I developed recently. To apply the workflow, go to the last tab in the workflow. In the sidekick of last tab is workflow. Select it. Go to your workflow which you developed recently. What is our workflow name? Is custom content activation. See. Apply means to apply it, start the workflow. See, started. If workflow is get executed successfully, if our workflow which we developed here, if it get executed successfully, this class, what this class is doing, this class is getting replication, all the stuffs and sessions, everything in the backend, and it is replicating that. See, replicator dot replicate session, replicate data, that is path, means JCR path, means content path from author to the publish server. If our workflow is working perfectly, now refresh in publish server. This is 4503. Observe guys. See, our workflow is working perfectly. That's the reason content got moved, right? From author to the publish server. Just modify it if you still have any doubts. Geometrics, perfect question. That's the reason I have not worked with our project. The reason being I haven't worked with our project is I have to move the new publish server. I have to move our entire app structure to the publish server. But geometrics is available in publish server, right, by default. That's the reason I used geometrics page for your explanation scenario. I'm adding USC in author. Good question. I have edited. Refresh your page. Go to your workflow console. Workflow tab, sorry. Select your workflow. Custom content activation workflow. Start the workflow. Workflow is successful. Go to content. As of now, that USA is not there. Just refresh it to get it. Yes, absolutely. If your workflow is getting failed, that failed will sit where? If your workflow is failed, automatically it will sit under failures tab. No more failures because your workflow is successful. If it is running mode, if it is in running mode, it will sit in instances. Okay? Instances tab, under instances tab. Guys, please have a 10 minutes break. Next, I'll go with launchers. You too can have break. We'll go with launchers concept. Launchers, later search component, versioning. Launchers only will take much time. This rest of 4 will not take much time. Okay? In this workflows also we have one more concept. Workflows is not yet over. We have one more concept that needs to be explained, that is participant step. Okay? We will see the participant step. Just 10 minutes break. Yes, now we created workflow. We have seen how it gets executed, means that moving content from author to server to the publish server we have seen. And next we will see that participant step. Including, that is nothing but making one participant. Participant is nothing but one person. The person can be a system or else a user. The participant can be a system or user. We will consider user now. That is nothing but how the workflow style will be. Let me draw the diagram. This is the workflow we are going to do it. Actually, this step and this step, these two steps we have completed just now. Already we have done with the workflow here. But my concern is that I want to introduce participant step. Participant is nothing but approver in this scenario. Okay? Here the participant will be admin. And I'll be going to create one user, that user one or else author. That author will try to activate the content through applying the workflow. When that author activates the content, directly it will not be activated. That must be go through the participant like admin. Admin has to review that. It's a reviewer step, we consider it. Means admin validates the content whichever has been authored by the author, whether author is replicating or else activating proper content or not. If admin approves, okay, then only content will be moved. Otherwise it will be declined. Okay. Let me introduce the participant step as well. Before this step, participant step will be there. So just delete this step. Before this, copy it, paste it, save it. Now new. The first one should be what? Participant step. Save it. This is participant step. This is process step. This one newly introduced. Edit it. Who should be the participant? Approver. Yes. Who should be the user? The administrator. I want to place the user of admin. So I'm selecting the user. And notify via notification and via email. Click OK. Now participant is administrator. Now our concern is that create one user. That is or else the name of user will be create user. Already we have seen how to create user. Test author. Last name is test author. Password I am giving is same. Test author. Test author. Create the user. I created one user, that is test author. Check the permissions of that author. He is not having any permission. So place this author, test author, under administrator group. Already we have seen how to place. Go to the members tab of administrator group. Select your author, test author, drag it and drop it. Save it. Now refresh it. Check the permissions of your test author now. He has permission to all the activities. Fine. Now go to Firefox. Go to author 4502. Log out. As an admin. Log in as your test author. Now it's fine. Now you are test author. As a test author, you want to author something where in this page and you want to replicate it. See, I am editing this as a test author. What I am doing is I am making this header 3 times I pasted. I have modified it. Now this is publish server 4503. The change is not available. As a test author, you edited it. When you try to apply the workflow, that is custom content activation workflow, start workflow. You have started the workflow. Fine. Are you sure that the content will come here? See, the content still not available here. Why? If you observe the diagram, when you start the workflow, who is here? Participants there, right? Who is the participant here? Administrator. Now admin will get a notification that in his inbox. This is admin, right? Administrator. We logged in as administrator. Go to inbox. If it is not inbox, check inbox, your inbox. You got notification or not as admin? As admin, you got notification or not? Here, if you observe, just as a participant, you are the participant. So you are the approver, right? Approver to approve the content. Click on this link. What's it? Save cache. Yeah, he's going to edit this content. You got it, right? So now you have reviewed the content. Now right click, complete it. Step back means you are rejecting it. I want to complete it. Immediately you will get a dialog. Next step. Just given some comment. Done. Replicate it. I approved it. Now go to publish server 4503. Refresh whether it is came or not. Whether the content is. You got your content available in publish server. When it happened? When approver approved the content as administrator. Why administrator only got the notification? Because you included only administrator here. That's the reason. Again, as a test author, just make some modification that remove this header, added headlines. Okay. Now apply the workflow to move the modified content from author to the publish server. Select your workflow. Start the workflow. I have applied it. As we know, the content will not be moved until the approver approves it. Now I want to show you one thing. Come to the workflow console as admin, instances. If you observe here, see, I said that I would show it. Instances, running workflows will be shown under instances tab. As administrator, you can terminate, suspend, you are super user, so you can do anything. But I'm not going to touch, I'm not going to disturb it. because as administrator I will get a notification in my inbox to approve it. Just complete it. Okay, without comment also you can complete it. Completed. If you refresh your console, sorry, your instances console, there won't be any running one. Now refresh your publish server. The content got modified. Content got modified. Hope you understood it, how the workflows are working. And participant steps as well. Now launchers. Very important concept, launchers. Okay? Launcher is nothing but event listener. In every technology, there is a concept of event listeners. Event listeners. What is event listener? Whenever an event occurs, that event should be listened by certain functionality. In Java, we have listeners. In JavaScript also we have listeners. On click event, mouse over event, if you are aware about JavaScript. Likewise, here launchers are nothing but if something happens in a JCR, if you want to trigger some events or else some workflows, you can do that stuff using the launchers. Launcher is nothing but, simply I will define here. Specific to CQ, this definition is. This activity can be workflow. When something happens to JCR nodes, launch certain activity. That activity can be workflow. Now how you will create a launcher? To create a launcher, go to the launchers tab in administrator. Launcher is nothing but a purely configurable part. You are not going to develop anything. Okay? Simply I will explain. Practical I will show you. Just keep observing what I am doing. When you go to the launchers tab, you have an option to add a launcher. Click on add. Here, node type and event type, what kind of event occurs, created, modified, removed, and what kind of node type, like CQ colon page content or page component, NT colon base, JCR colon content, different things. And path, under which path you want to apply. And workflow, which workflow you want to apply. I want to apply our custom workflow, for example, custom content activation workflow. And activate means whether your launcher should be enabled in enabled or disabled mode. And run mode in author, publisher or both modes. These are the fields you need to provide. First, go to our CRX repository. That is, go to our content. purpose. My concern is that whenever something happens or else something modified under this page, CQ column page, this node modification automatically should be moved to the publish server. Now I am removing this reviewer step in our workflow. Please observe what I am doing. Deleting. Just delete that reviewer step. Save it. My concern is that whenever something happens in CQ column page, that is our purpose.html, automatically node should be moved to publish server without applying any workflows. So launcher comes into the picture. Launcher keep listens to the JCR repository. If something happens to the particular node, automatically my concern is that launch certain workflow. Which workflow needs to be launched? I am going to configure that. Event type. What is event type? Modified. Node type. Select CQ column page. Or CQ column page or CQ column page content, whichever you want. Just share column repository and CQ column page. You can select CQ column page. If it doesn't work, we'll see. We'll go with CQ column page content. Find out where CQ column page. Guys, you able to see CQ column page? Yes. Path is where? Under purpose and its childs. Condition, I don't want to place any condition. Workflow is which workflow you want to apply? Custom content activation workflow. Is launcher should be in enabled mode? Yes. Run modes, author and publish mode. Both modes I want to run. Click OK. Now done. Now done. I have configured my launcher. Where is your launcher? If you want to search your launcher, this is your launcher which you configured. Content / purpose, node type is CQ column page, custom activation, custom content activation, and it is enabled true. Run mode is author and publish mode. What is my scenario? Can someone explain? Can someone ping me? What is this launcher and what is this my scenario? I will point out. If you are not going to answer it fast. I will pick one person or else. Please answer it. Grace, answer this. What I am going to explain you people. What is this launcher? What this launcher is going to do? Explain me fast. Grace, please. You there, Grace? Yes. No, your guys are not concentrating. I understood. What is the launcher concept first? I'm giving you 1 minute or 2 minutes. Analyze it and explain me first. Each one by one I'll ask. First chance is Grace. Explain me that first. Yes, please. The question is, what is the purpose of this launcher and what this launcher is going to do? The configured launcher, just now I configured one launcher, that is this custom content activation launcher. The launcher I configured, if you are able to see, on modification of node. Type of node is CQ:page. Under this path, automatically apply this workflow. So now what is launcher first? What is launcher first? Question is now, what is launcher first? Perfect. Correct. Now you guys are not sleeping, I'm sure. Good. Oh, sorry. Now I created a launcher, as you're able to see. I created a launcher, fine. I have configured it, I have enabled it. Now go to author. As I configured, node modification happens under this path. Automatically it should be triggered. Rather than applying workflow, going to this tab, workflow tab, and applying that, automatically it should move the content from author to the publisher. That was the scenario. Previously what we were doing, when we modify something here, we are going to this workflow tab and we are selecting particular workflow tab, we are applying it. Now we will not do that stuff. Right click, edit it. I am removing this all USA stuff. I'm placing as this back to the previous one. I removed it. Click OK. Now I modified it. Have I applied anything? Any workflow or something blah blah blah? No, I have not applied as of now. But check. Had we moved any content? This content has been moved? No. Why? Why so? Because our launcher is listening where? Up under this purpose path only, up to this purpose only. But we modified where? Content, geometrics, en, toolbar, context.html. So now select that path. Geometrics, en, toolbar, where en toolbar dot context.html. It's fine. Now click OK. Now you're applying a workflow for geometrics website. Now modify it. Modify it. If our launcher works perfectly, I'm not applying any workflow here through. Just I modified the content, that's it. If our launcher works perfectly, this modification must be moved to here. if it works perfectly. Let's see, is it working or not. See, had I applied any workflow here, guys? Had I applied any workflow here? No, right? Automatically it has moved. How it is possible? Because launchers. We configured launchers. Most of the people are not aware. The real-time 3 to 4 years people also not aware much about launchers. This what launcher works. This is how the launcher works. Workflows most of the people know. But launchers, most of the people doesn't know the launchers. Launchers are really very useful. If you want to listen to the JCR repository, you can configure your launchers. Yes, it's a kind of listener. To configure a launcher, what you need to have? You need to have workflow in hand. Either system workflow or your custom workflow. These are all the system workflows. If you want, you can use them. But we created our custom workflow, that is custom content activation workflow. This is how the launchers work. Hope you understood launchers. And next concept is search component. Before search component, I'll introduce tagging. Somehow I'll explain what is tagging. If you go to some e-commerce site like any of e-commerce site, I'm searching for something mobile like Lenovo something mobile, some mobile I'm searching. Even though I searched for the mobile, I got other stuff. Apart from mobiles, I got stuff for screen guards and other stuff. Here mobile, but here I am getting some other related stuff. Why I got here? Even though I searched for the mobile, I got other stuff also. Because while uploading content to the e-commerce sites, each content will be tagged with a unique tag. Means when they are uploading this content, they are assigning some Lenovo K4 Note tag. So whenever I search for this Lenovo K4 Note, apart from the mobiles, I'll get these cases. Means some canvas cases, some protectors, some screen guards. Apart from mobile, I get all this stuff. This is what we call it as a tagging. Tagging is nothing but assigning some tag or else unique name or else unique label to the content. What is tagging? Tagging is nothing but this content. Content can be anything, either that can be images or else pages, anything. Just brief I will give, I am not going beyond much. How you will assign tagging to a particular page? If you want to assign a tag to this page, please go to the page properties. Like go to the page tab under this page properties. Go to the tags or keywords here. Select. If you want to assign a tag like orientation tag, select landscape. See, already tag assigned. Whenever you select, automatically tag will get assigned to that content. Done. Click out. So I have assigned kind of tags like square, portrait, landscape. Whenever I search the pages related to the square, automatically I get this context.html page also because the tag has been assigned. The square tag has been assigned to this context.html page. That's the reason I get this context.html page also. If you ask a question that where these tags will sit, now I have assigned a tag to the person's page, purpose page. Go to jcr:content. Which page we are applied tagging? Here, come here. Sorry, to the contacts page, right? I'm checking on the purpose project. Sorry. En toolbar contacts jcr:content. If you observe here, CQ tags will be there. See, if you observe landscape, portrait, and square. Where do you create these tags? For example, I want circle tag to be available under orientation. That where you create is go to tagging console. I guess we were under forums or elsewhere. Set properties, yes, orientation. This landscape, portrait, square are there. If you want to create a new tag, create a tag with a circle. Name it circle. I created a new tag, that is circle. If you want to assign a circle tag to your content page, go to here, go to orientation, circle. You got circle now because we created a new tag. I applied the circle also. Go to jcr:content, sorry, go to crxd, refresh it. Now observe under the contacts page whether you got your circle tag, newly assigned tag or not. It's newly created and assigned tag. You got it. Got it? How to create tags and assigning tags to particular page? Yes, just now I have shown you, right? This is how it is storing in CQ. Not database. Here nowhere databases. Everything is JCR repository, right? Everything is JCR repository, right? Here it is getting stored. And the live I am showing, I guess. Okay. That's what tagging. And next concept is search component, versioning, and Firebase. I think it seems we had a long session. Can we continue these three concepts along with Eclipse development tomorrow? What do you suggest, guys? Or else if you want me to complete these things now itself or tomorrow? Yes, of course, it's 12 and continuously we took 2-hour session. I'm a little bit tired because that's the reason. Those are easy concepts. Let me show you how to use search component. In a fraction of seconds, I'll show you how to use search component. See. This is context.html. If you want to use the search component which is available in the out of the box, okay, come down here. Here is a parses, right? Under general group, you have search component. If you observe, get the search component, drag it and drop it here. See, automatically you will get search component. If you want to edit anything, where to be searched, you can give the search path also. Means where need to be searched. For example, I want things to be searched under content. Select the root. or else I want things to be searched under geometrics demo site. Select it, and these are the labels, and try these all the labels. If you give, what will happen? Done. Go to preview mode and refresh your page. This is CQ search, we call it as. I am searching for contact and search. It did not match anything. Contact I have given, contacts. See, it has given the results. Under toolbar we have something, and customer satisfaction survey. Wherever contacts match, it will return the results related to that search. Okay, you got it? It will search for full text. It will try to match exact contacts. Okay, it is full text search by default. This is also one interview question, that is, full text search. If it matches exact this contacts text, then only it will return the corresponding content. Otherwise it will not return. Getting? If I remove this, yes, contact, I am searching for contact. Check, it has written more than 2 searches. Previously it has written 2. Now it has written 4. See, this is what CQ search. And next concept is Firebase version. Versioning is nothing but you can versionize a page. Like, go to this versioning tab. You are able to see sidekick versioning. Okay, I am giving that version 1.0. I created a version for the current page. Okay, and I am modifying now the current page in which version? 1.0 version. Now I am modifying the page. I am editing the page, that I am removing this header. After a few days I forgot that what I authored recently. I want to go to the previous version, means before to the current version. For that, go to restore version. Which version I created? 1.0. We should have given a different version. I think it is colliding. Let's try. Restore it. Restore it to the previous version. Where we will go, we'll check. See, search component is not there. We have gone to the previous to long back version. You got it? What is versioning? If you want to go to latest version, that is including search component version. Let's see whether we will get or not. I think that is the latest version. I'm not sure. That is not the latest version. We'll try with this one. Still that is not also. I think we have not stored that version. Yes, we stored only before 3 headings were there, right? Headers were there, right? That we stored it. We haven't stored the version with the search component. new, place your search component, and edit it where you want to search under geometrics. Yes, this what versioning, this what search component. Yeah, the versioning is nothing but you can restore your content back to the previous state. That's it. Create versions whenever you modify something on a page. If you remember the version number, if you document something, you can restore it back to the previous version. That is what the major advantage of versioning. And Parbase. I'll explain this Parbase tomorrow. Only the Parbase we left with Parbase. Hope you guys understood. Any more doubts you have? Hope you guys understood the things. If you have any more doubts, you can ping me now. Any doubts? Controller? What do you mean by controller? If I miss something, remind me that. What is controller? It is not a kind of controller. It is a kind of event trigger. You can say that event trigger. It is not a controller. Okay guys, thank you. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow we'll continue rest of the session. Today you people have learned a lot of things. From today's session, definitely I will ask each and every guy questions. Definitely I will ask without failure. Okay? Please be ready. Please go through the session and come up with your understanding so that I can ask the questions. From each topic I will ask. Thank you. Thank you guys.